at the register said, "You're not getting your food." So what happened was an altercation ensued. Police were called. The manager and Jason Gallo got into a shouting match. And the reason why they asked this homeless man to leave was because he was asking people and begging for food. But they didn't want him to have something to eat at the restaurant. So anyway, this has gone viral 8 hours after this was done.
I don't want to interrupt you. I want to add the parts that I have here. Apparently the man's been belligerent in the past, was asked to leave because of that. And from what I have, of course, we like to try to cover all parts of it.
Yes, of course. Sure.
Now, this is all over Facebook, and that this one particular McDonald's is getting a hard time because somebody that was inside the restaurant ordered the man food, waved him over, he came inside. Now, the man responsible for the video says that he saw a homeless man across the street, invited him to the fast food restaurant with him. I waved him down and said, "Hey, are you hungry?" He said, "Yes." So I went in there with the man. As soon as we went inside, the lady at the register says, "You're not getting food." She tells him, "You're not getting any food." I also have the video. I don't know if your article has the video. I have the video.
No, I don't have video.
Don't want to play it on air because apparently it's full of profanity, which, I mean, not that that's below us, but we are on FM, so we're trying to maintain that integrity here.
Sure.
But of course, he was angry by the actions of the business of responding officer who explained that the homeless man, that he will have to leave. So he goes on to tell the police officer and McDonald's, "Hey, you guys suck. He didn't ask for me to buy him food. I bought him food. I brought him from outside. You guys suck." And you can hear him saying that very loudly. But the police say that the gentleman has a history of disruptive behavior and was asked to leave by management on several occasions.
But was he being disruptive at that moment?
Question.
Was he being disruptive at that moment?
No, not at that particular moment.
Okay, here's my thing. Was he hungry? Why couldn't the guy just buy him? Why couldn't they just eat their lunch or whatever it was quietly in a corner and then get up and leave? Why did the clerk behind the counter have to say, "You're not getting your food"? If the man was hungry, come on. Really? You can't buy the guy what, a $10 meal or whatever it would cost?
Whatever.
I mean,
yeah.
So I think McDonald's should have been a little bit more compassionate. You don't know if the guy has mental issues or whatever, but why couldn't they just be a little kinder? That's my thing. Just why couldn't they be a little kinder?
I agree.
I just,
What's up?
Hi, Brian.
There you are.
Good morning, crew.
Good morning.
Vance.
What's going on?
Hey, Brian Lee.
Can you turn your mic up just a little bit more?
How's that?
Much better. Thank you.
All right, good to go.
Of course, for everybody on Facebook Live, Crystal is asking for the phone number for the show. I posted in there, 888-583-9930, extension 100. And I just do have a couple of things I want to just touch on real quick. I have some notes from people that I want to read here. Harry George is having a Harry George weekend. It is his birthday next week, so we are celebrating by playing a Harry George weekend all weekend long. Check it out on WLIBR.com, as well as you can also check out his Spreaker feed, so if you can listen on demand. Also from Larry Scott, they have a general land show of the Land of Lost 45s this weekend with much of the music that's never before been heard or played on the show. So check that out. Land of the Lost 45s, Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight on WLINY, WLIBR, as well as Sounds of Philly Radio, and quite a few more. Radio Warwickshire in the UK gets a show. Sounds of Philly Radio. So make sure you check that out. 9 to midnight.
We are actually within the next we're probably going to be 3 weeks, but not 3 weeks from this Saturday. It's going to be, it's going to be the DJ show of the century because Larry and I are going to combine our talents and
Hey.
I'm gonna join him on a Saturday night and get back to my roots and actually do. I'm gonna come into the studio here, so we'll be live from Long Island. We'll be live from New Jersey. We'll be live from Virginia. We'll be live from Delaware. Everybody's welcome to join us, but I'm gonna jump in on the land show and be a part of that. So, which I wanted to do
Sounds
ever
like
since.
fun.
Which I wanted to do ever since he started the show. But so.
We should all take a road trip
Hi,
together.
Brian Lee. How are you?
What's going on, Eric?
How are
Gorgeous
you?
ring.
Well, you've been busy lately with your show and being on there and live and everything like that. I've been watching you, so God bless you for the work that you do, and restoring families is a great thing. So God bless you, Brian Lee. I'm honored to have you on our show this morning. So I appreciate Jay for bringing you on. So thank you.
Well, believe it or not, I was going to be going down to D.C. today to do the finalizing of the permit.
Oh,
for
you
the
should
March
have
event.
beautiful weather.
Oh my God! I am so glad I called the National Park Association to make sure that they were going to be open today. Half of DC is shut down right
Yep.
now due to power outages. According to Fox 5, Dominion's got 91,000 plus. Pepco's got 42 plus, and BG&E's got 16,000 plus people without power right now within the
Wow.
DMV area.
Wow.
Huh. Wow.
Brian, where do you live? I'm so sorry.
I live in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I'm just 30
Okay.
minutes to DC.
Okay.
So I
kind
pass you too.
surmised that. Just was getting an idea.
You
Okay.
never invite me for coffee on my way down to Florida. Whatever.
Why not, Brian? Why don't you ever invite Lisa for coffee?
Forget about
I know
everybody
she's
else.
going to Florida, but I literally live right off 270 that goes from DC all the way up to Frederick into Pennsylvania. So-
I take
Okay.
I-95.
Good to know. Okay.
Well, 95. All you gotta do is hit Route 200, the toll road, and it brings you right over to Gaithersburg.
Oh
There you
my
go.
God, I couldn't find my way
Why
out of a
don't you
paper
meet
bag.
me on
Good Lord.
I-95, and as I'm
You don't
passing
have to
really
worry about
slow,
directions
you can
in
hand me a
your
cup of
alley.
coffee.
Like it'd be like NASCAR.
What was
That
that,
was
Lisa?
so mean.
As I'm driving on I-95, you meet me. I'll tell you what mile marker I am. I'll drive really slow in the right lane, and you just
Yeah.
hand me a coffee, and I'll just keep on going.
Let me go ahead
I'll blow you a kiss and everything.
Wow.
I'll blow you a kiss.
Look at you all dressed. Now I'm waking up. Look at you all that are dressed like a hunter. Military.
This is
wearing,
this
wearing
is
camouflage.
military muscle.
Camouflage.
Wait a minute.
Org.
You always, I'm telling you, you bring beauty to the show, Lisa. You really do.
This is Dress
it's
Down
like-
Friday,
you
and
bring
you're not
beauty
wearing red.
Hey, I'm wearing red. I'm wearing all red.
Helen's wearing red. I
Teddy,
love
Put
it.
it down. Put
I'm
it
wearing-
down. Put
hold
it
on.
down.
Brian Lee, did you wear red on purpose, Brian Lee?
I'll show you red.
Well,
Did
first
you-
of all, I wear red because I don't want people to see me bleed.
Oh.
But it's Red Friday.
Oh,
Do you know
come
what Red
on.
Friday is?
Do you not know what the color red means? You know, who wears red? Come on now.
Who wears red?
Oh my
Snoop Dogg.
God. Yes.
Snoop
Come
Dogg.
on. None other
Bloods.
than Deadpool.
What?
Oh, here we go
Oh.
again with the way. Now we're going to start with this Walking Dead shit again.
All right,
Not Walking Dead. Deadpool. Come
All
on
right.
now.
Brian Lee, don't make me yell at you. Let me tell you something. It's Red Friday, and I'm looking at Eric not wearing any red. Now, I have red on. You may not be able to see it, but I have it on.
I want to see
Well,
it.
then
I don't
think
believe
that
you.
counts.
I want
It
to
does
see.
count.
You should be
I
able to
only
see it.
packed what I
There's-
packed to
saying.
come back up
There's
here. I
only
packed
one
very
other
little.
reason
Where are you
why
wearing red?
I wear red.
Where are you
It's
wearing
because
red?
of the Washington
My bra.
Capitals. You
Okay.
gotta rock the red.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway.
But I just want to say that I think that you, Lisa, you bring such beauty and charm to the show. You really do. And it's like,
You're so sweet.
yeah, I wish
Thank
that
you,
I
Eric.
really wish that there were other people on the show that.
I usually dress up. I'm usually in my heels.
Whatever.
Sister, don't be jealous. Don't be a hater.
Oh Lord.
I love you. Helen is beautiful. I love you, Helen.
She is.
And I want to follow up to
Whatever.
yesterday.
She is. She's
From-
beautiful
You are.
in an elderly type of
No,
newscaster
stop
way.
it.
Kiss my ass.
No. Let me tell you. Yeah, I want to follow up from yesterday because
I
I
love you,
started
Helen.
to
I'm
say
only
something.
kidding. I'm only kidding.
I want to clarify something. You do not, in any way, shape, or form, look like Tanya Harding. I'm going to tell you that right
Thank
now.
you.
You don't. So when I said what I said yesterday, it wasn't. I want you to not think that I meant that you look like a crushed something. No, you
Well,
don't
you
look
know,
like her. You look
No
like
nuts,
Bonnie Hunt.
goes with that though.
Yeah. You're very beautiful.
So if you go to copandcrew.com, www.copandcrew.com, you're going to see we're on. I got the YouTube channel blasting over there, and you can listen to tune in and check it out. But take a time to go over to copandcrew.com, www.copandcrew.com, and check it out. And,
Yeah, and share our show.
you know,
Sharing
so,
is caring, everybody.
check it all
So
out.
back to the Red Friday, Eric.
Yes.
Why aren't you wearing red?
All right.
Yeah, Eric, why aren't you wearing red?
What did I say yesterday?
You did. You told me, and I apologize. You're absolutely right.
And not for nothing.
You know what? You'd forget your head if it wasn't attached. Just saying.
Wait a second. Oh, there's the snort. There's the snort. What did you just say? Did you just say I would forget my head if it wasn't attached? Is that what you
I think she didn't.
no,
I
Lisa
think
said
it's
it,
funny.
actually.
I heard
didn't
something
say
about
it.
head.
I
They
did
got me.
not.
I heard something about
Lisa
somebody
said it.
getting head or something. I don't know what was going on. What were you saying?
Oh, keep dreaming.
What
Good
did you?
Lord,
what
really?
Did you, what did you say? You said something about
No,
head.
Lisa said it. I
I
didn't.
did.
No, you did say it. You said it.
Listen,
Yeah.
sister.
I didn't.
Out
Well,
loud.
if
Don't
Lisa-
make me get up.
Well, if Lisa said it, it must be right. So Lisa, everything.
So I am wearing my fatigues today.
Anything you want, Lisa. Anything.
That's right. That's right.
Anything, Lisa. Whatever you want. Helen, Lisa is talking.
I want my own office.
You got it.
I want
Lisa.
my own office.
You got it, Lisa.
I want to be able to put my feet up on my desk.
Absolutely.
Honey, go get some.
Lisa, listen. You know what? As a matter of fact, if you want, you know what? You can do a show.
I want to sit there and I
want-
want a desk in there.
You wanted? I got the note from you that you wanted to do a show on Wednesdays at 10:30. Absolutely not a problem.
Yes, the Lisa show. It's called 18 Seconds.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Maybe wait. You know what? You know what would be nice?
Fine.
Maybe you can ask Helen if
Fine.
she would be your co-host.
Absolutely,
Go ahead. Ask her. Go ahead.
Helen.
What?
Will you be my co-host
On 18
my show 18 Seconds with Lisa Marie?
Oh my God.
Hey, listen, I'm wearing military muscle gear.
And it looks lovely on you. It really
Thank
does.
you.
Don't you think it looks lovely?
If you go, stop. If you go to
Lovely on
www.
Lisa. Yeah, okay.
Marsha.
You know, we had Barry Williams on the show the other day.
What?
We had Barry Williams. Ken and Dorothy had Barry Williams on. You know,
Yeah, I
play-
watched that for a little while. Yeah, it was cool.
He has quite a
Yeah.
story. He really does. I mean, considering. You know.
Listen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Military Muscle Inc. www.militarymuscleinc.com. They support our veterans, PTSD, anything you buy from them. Like I bought this, a percentage goes to their foundation for our veterans. And I think they do a great job.
Nice.
So
Very
I'm
good.
in, Red Friday,
Very good.
military gear.
I don't see any red. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know?
All right, you
seriously.
ready?
Here it comes.
You ready?
Here it goes. Ready? She's going to show you her bra. Here it goes. So there you go.
There's
This-
my
Big
red.
freaking
She-
deal.
I didn't pack red to come back. I packed very light.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my clothes are in Florida.
Right.
So this morning I was like, oh, what am I going to do?
Hey,
I
Jay.
got no red.
Jay, what's the name of that song that you were talking about before? Is it
It's called Crazy by From Ashes to New.
is it a independent artist type of thing, or is it going to?
It's been cleared. I have the email permission from their PR.
It's called Crazy. Okay, why don't you want to listen to it? I got it right here. You wanna listen?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Why don't you do the intro, Jay, if you would, please?
Yeah, it's from Diminished Pitch Productions. This is Crazy from Ashes to New.
Yeah, I think you made me. I give, you take, you always push me away. I love, you hate, it's always the same. You always take and never give it back. To me, it's in the past, but tell me how you like that. You always
Okay, that isn't going to work. Stand by. I'm trying. I have more problems with doing prank calls in today's world here. Let me just see what I can do here. Stand by 1 second. 1, 2, 3. We'll try this again. Hold on. I'm going to try it again. Are you ready, Lisa? All right, hold on. Let me get Lisa here. Let me get her on. Hold on. Try this again.
You have reached
Renew BBQ Cleaning and Repairs.
I don't know why we have to have so much trouble. They were just there. Hold on, stand by 1 second. I'm going to try it again. Well, I don't want to. I give up. I give up. I give up. I
So-
can't. I just give up. I tried.
On another note,
Go ahead.
for now,
Go ahead. We're all back.
Okay.
I got you all back on. Go ahead.
I have, you guys are going to love this, 8 gross everyday habits you have to stop doing in public.
Oh, really? Are you ready for this?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for this?
I don't know
ahead.
who does this, but trimming your nails.
In public?
Yeah, please don't do
Ew.
it. Exactly. I'm not even going to read about that part because just don't do it.
That's disgusting.
Nah.
Painting your nails.
Okay. Who would do that?
I don't know,
All
but
right.
don't do it. I'm not going to get into details of the ones I don't want to. 3, eating while you're at your desk. You're going to find this very interesting. You ready? Here's
Yeah.
the main issue with eating at your desk. You'll probably touch your keyboard in between bites. Your keyboard is pretty disgusting. One study found that computer keyboards contained, you ready? More bacteria than an average toilet seat.
Yay.
Oh, crap.
I'm saving lives here. All right. I'm just letting you know I'm saving all of your lives. Although we're not sure how the researchers chose an average toilet seat, the results were pretty alarming. Toilets contained about 5,400 bacteria per swab, whereas keyboards contained around 7,500 per swab.
Ew.
Yeah. So clean your keyboards periodically, okay? This one's making adjustments, meaning fixing your underwear in public.
Can I interrupt just for 1 second?
Yeah.
Because we do have a caller here. We have retired police, New York NYPD detective, honored to have him on the air, Bobby Bell. Good morning, Bobby. How are you?
Oh.
All right, Eric, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. Bobby's got a
Good
story.
morning.
Bobby wants to share something with regards to
Sure.
the McDonald's story. So go ahead, Bob. Tell us what happened.
All right, I'm picking up my daughter from my daughter goes to Catholic school over here in Patchogue. And after school, every once in a while, as a treat, if she does good at her homework or a test, I bring her to a Happy Meal or whatever. So I go to a McDonald's that's relatively close to my house in Bellport, New York. Needless to say, I parked my car, and there's an African American guy that is standing by the drive-through window. You can obviously know that the man's without, homeless, really, really shabby, has his bike with a flat tire. So he comes over to me, and he's like, "Hey, is there any possibility you can get me something to eat? I would like a Big Mac meal." He didn't ask for money or anything like that. He asked to get something to eat. Well, with that being said, I'm like, sure, no problem, but it's going to be a few minutes because, I'm going to hang out with my daughter inside. So he's like, no problem. As I'm standing in line, ordering, my daughter food, me a little bit of food, one of the guy that was working the window goes to me. He says, listen, don't give that guy anything. Somebody just bought him food. So there's no reason you should buy him food. So I look at him, and I thought he was a little, I thought that was kind of wrong and wouldn't be a good example because my daughter is in her Catholic school uniform. So I'm telling her this is kind of a life lesson to pay it forward. So needless to say, I want to get him on the way out. So we're there for a few minutes, and the guy comes in to McDonald's. I guess he wanted, I don't know if he wanted to make sure I was still in there or something to that effect. So he comes in there, and I go, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. So he goes, the African-American guy goes to me, he goes, did the guy at the window say anything to you? And I said, yeah, he said not to get you anything. So he gets pissed off, obviously, because, he's just looking for something to eat. So he starts to get loud with the guy that was working the window. And finally, I go up to him, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. Just go outside the store. So now he's finger pointing with the guy by the window. So I asked the guy to step outside. That guy started to argue with him even more. So with that being said, I'm standing online, and I order him the Big Mac meal. The guy at the window is still giving me a hard time about getting this guy some food. And again, he's not asking for money. But the guy at the window goes, I don't understand why you still want to buy him anything. So with that being said, I'm like, something, it would be not Christian. It wouldn't be a good, thing for my daughter to learn, that there's people without. We're very lucky to have a car, have all these little things, be able to go to McDonald's. So I get him the Big Mac. As I'm walking out, the guy at the window says, you're fucking wrong. And I'm like, what? Whoa. And I'm like, guy, now there was 3 people online and other employees that were applauding me, saying that's very nice, the whole shebang. And he says that to me. So with that being said now, I start kind of getting into a little bit of riff with him, saying, guy, where's your heart? Where's your heart? This guy is hungry. I don't care if he had 5 Big Mac sandwiches. Who cares? Let the guy get something to eat, right? So now I get him the Big Mac sandwich. I walk outside. I talk to him for a minute. Of course, he's like very, very thankful. He goes, I don't know why the guy, is arguing, why the guy didn't want me to give you any food. And he goes, well, I've had this issue before because apparently the guy has probably hung out there more than once to grab something to eat. But at the same time, I'm like, no problem whatsoever. No harm, no foul. Don't worry about the guy, at the window. I go, if I see you here again, I'm going to bring you inside and we'll sit down together and have a meal. So he shakes my hand. He goes about his merry way, so to speak. I go back in. Now that guy that arguing with me goes into the back. Other employees are now saying, they were, applauding it, saying, that was very nice, the whole shebang. And other people that were online said the same thing. Spoke to the manager. The manager says she's going to do her best to resolve the situation and retrain the guy. But after listening to your story with that other guy, this just happened yesterday, and I can't believe I didn't hear about that story until you guys said it. The exact same thing happened yesterday, but no cops came. But they were both asked to leave by the guy. He made sure the homeless guy got out of the place, kind of yelling at him a little bit, but no cops were called, because I kind of like, I am a cop, so I just kind of diffused the situation as much as I could, but the same exact thing happened outside of the cops showing up.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you that you did a kind thing, because you know what? Even if, like you said, even if the guy had a meal beforehand, you don't know where his next meal is coming from. And what's more, I would rather feel good about it than being a judge and a jury against somebody, you know? So good for you. You did a nice
Yeah.
thing. Good
You
for
did.
you.
And, you know, for those
And
of-
you taught your daughter something too as well.
Absolutely. You know, how many you know, sometimes I'll be walking, especially in New York City. You're walking through New York City, and there's a lot of homeless people and a lot of people. But I got to tell you, we went to Philadelphia over the holiday week. Back in the summer, we went to Philly. Right, come out of the hotel, and I'm looking down the street, and there's a line of people stretching out over 2 blocks. Okay, and I honestly thought it was some kind of protest at that thing that was going on. Right, so because I felt intimidated by the color of their skin. I hate to say it like that, but I was. And the fact that there were so many of them, I didn't want to walk my family that way. So we actually took the long way around. Coming back, I was like, you know what, screw this. And Martin's tired. Let's just go back, right? And I start to walk through the line, you know, to get through. And I take Martin, I put him on my shoulders, and I'm like, okay, we're just going to walk through this. And I realize it's people that are lined up to get food.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, there's so many people out there that are hungry, you know, but you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that Bobby the guy that you had was courteous to you, you know, and I got to tell you, when you have to walk up to somebody and beg, when you beg, like Brian Lee begs to be on my show. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding,
funny.
Brian. You know, no, and seriously, when you beg somebody for something, you know, it's like it takes a lot, you know, and
Eric, you know, there's a video going around on YouTube, and it's also going around social media on Facebook of this. I want to say it's McDonald's, but don't quote me on that. But they call over this homeless guy who clearly is homeless, and apparently this guy that's in the drive-thru who's done this multiple times has called this guy over, and they're being recorded. And he goes, "I got a sandwich for you." And then as the guy comes up, he takes a cup of water and throws it on him.
yeah, people are crazy.
Are you freaking crazy?
Let me tell you something, Bobby. Thank God Bobby was there yesterday, because that could have turned into an. Now Bobby, for those of you that don't know, is a retired New York City. He's a decorated detective from New York City. All right, and you know, thank God he was there to.
Thank you for your
know,
service.
But this could have turned into something that was really, really bad. You know, I mean, people get killed for things like this. People get stabbed, shot. You know, I mean, you know, anything could have happened, and especially
Danny
with his,
gives money all the time
you know,
to people.
I try to, I try to help out as much as I can. But Bob, I applaud you for what you did. So you got my Girl Scout cookies or what? You know, Bobby.
Ooh.
Oh, I lost Bobby Bell. We lost him on the phone.
Lost him?
We lost him. But yeah,
You know what this world needs?
What?
I think
The weather phone
everybody.
system?
What
No.
the world
I think two
needs
things. I
now
think we need to bring back
is
the
love,
solid ghost
sweet
dancers.
love.
I think this world
That's the
needs to
only
watch
thing.
the movie The Pursuit of Happiness.
That's the world.
Eric, you know that movie.
Little love. What the
Are you
world?
listening to me?
Yes, I am, and I love that movie, and I think it's a great movie.
Thank you, Lise.
Yep.
I think everybody should watch that movie. I think it should be required to watch. Everybody in school should watch that movie. That's right. Everybody in school should watch that movie.
Yes, absolutely.
I am not kidding.
I'm not kidding
serious.
either.
And I've reached out to that
I've
man
reached
again.
out too. Reached out again.
I'll
tell you,
You're
it's
mocking me now?
You know what? Due to
It's what he's good at.
I know, right?
Due to the recent school
Ooh.
shooting,
Ooh.
I highly recommend everybody to go watch that movie, Lean on Me, with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Lean
movie.
on me when I'm not strong. I'll be your whatever the word is.
Be your friend.
I'll help you carry on
Lean on me.
when I'm not strong. Brian Lee, are you gonna lean on me?
Wow,
Are-
me.
Brian Lee,
As long as you lean on me
Fantastic.
back.
Brian, are you gonna lean on me, Brian? Brian, come on.
Oh yeah. As long as you lean on me back.
Yeah, you're gonna lean on me, Brian. Come on now. All right, lean on me. Yeah, it's like, you know, all I could say, and I haven't done this in a while. Yes, friends, welcome to the Catholic Crew Amalgamated Discount Church of the amazing, whatever it is. We have this morning with us the amazing man all the way down there from Maryland, Brian Lee. Brian came in. He says he likes the taste of communion wafers. We're glad for that. And we have Helen. God knows we allow sinners in our place here. We do. When Jesus is walking past, I'll tell you, Jesus. Now let me tell you, folks. I'm going to tell you a story here. Let me tell you this story, okay? Sit back and listen. All right. Back in the day, Jesus went to McDonald's. He did. Because that homeless man that Bobby Bell saw yesterday in that McDonald's out there in Bellport could have very well been Jesus himself come back to earth. Because, and you know what? Jesus walking up to Bobby Bell there in the parking lot and said, Bobby Bell, I'm hungry. But he didn't recognize him as Jesus. Oh, no. He didn't recognize him as Jesus. No, what he saw, like, can I hear what he saw, Lisa? Can I hear what he saw? Give me what he saw.
Jesus.
You know, what he saw was a homeless man. But what we forget here is that Jesus was a homeless man. He had no place to lay his head there when he walked around this earth. He didn't. He did not.
He had a rock.
Peter was his rock.
Thank
But
you,
anyway,
Brian.
yeah. But anyway. So what happened here is Bobby Bell sees the homeless man in the parking lot. He doesn't realize that it's Jesus asking him for food. Oh, hell no. Hell no. And there was, but there was more to the story, because when he enters McDonald's, who does he run into? Ask me, Lisa.
Bobby.
No, he runs into Satan himself at the counter. Satan himself serving Happy Meals there in the Bellport McDonald's. Satan himself is serving Happy Meals in the Bellport McDonald's. He's doing that right there over the counter. Double cheeseburger.
Now he
Right
wanted
there
a
in hell.
Big Mac.
It was right there in hell, folks. Okay, and you never know, in all seriousness, who you're talking to in the parking lot of McDonald's.
And not for nothing, who is it to that guy that the man wanted another Happy Meal, Big Mac, whatever?
He
it
didn't
was.
ask for money, Lisa.
That's right.
He didn't ask for fame, Lisa.
You're right.
He didn't ask for anything except a
Big Mac. He just wanted a Big Mac.
He wanted a cooked cow. He wanted some cooked cow flesh. That's all he wanted.
French fries. Just give him a French fry.
What do you say there, Sister Helen?
I say y'all crazy and praise Jesus.
Thank you.
I say y'all drink the Kool-Aid. That's what I say.
Drink the Kool-Aid. I'm telling you. So we ran into them in the parking lot there, and then Satan entered that man's heart there in McDonald's.
He didn't request an upsize, biggie size. What's it called? Super size.
Really?
Do you ever?
Really? A biggie size?
Biggie size.
Is he gonna pop 2 caps at me when he's done?
Oh, you know what we're gonna do?
I don't buy food at
my
the
God.
McDonald's. I don't know. Biggie size, super size.
We should call McDonald's up, and we're gonna tell them that homeless guy that was really in there yesterday is really a multi-millionaire.
You should call him and tell him
wouldn't
that
that
they
be
felt the
all?
secret shopper.
What's that show that the owner of a company pretends not to be the
Undercover
owner?
Boss.
That could have been their undercover.
No, it
boss.
wasn't. It was not an undercover
Eric,
boss.
James,
It was
I
not.
think- I think
It
we
was
should call
not.
it
It
on the-
was Jesus in the parking lot. He was there. He was there testing Bobby Bell, and you know what? They just came out of a Catholic school, right? And Jesus looked down and said, "Well, let me check this out now. Let me go up to Bobby Bell here in the parking lot and see if Bobby Bell is going to give me a Happy Meal." I didn't know he wanted a Big Mac meal.
Would
Right?
you rather have a happy ending? Just saying,
I'm
darling.
telling you. All
Would you
right.
rather have a happy ending?
Hey, Eric.
What'd she just say?
That's at Burger King. You get a happy ending.
You heard me right. You heard
That's
me
not the
right.
McDonald's. That is Burger King, Helen.
Oh my God.
I heard the stories.
know-
You are the king, darling.
Do
You
you
are
know-
the king.
do you know
I'm
that-
just saying, you are the king.
And one day,
Hey,
So-
Eric.
one day, Jay. And one day,
Eric.
God looked down. You know what he said to Wendy's? He
Eric.
said, "Wendy's, I want you to have a double stack hamburger for $1." And you know what Wendy's said? They said, "Yes, God, we're going to have a double." That's it. All
I
right.
think we have to stop this right
All right,
now.
go ahead,
I
I'm
just
sorry.
do.
What,
Because
Jay?
you're
What's
just
up?
going to make me throw up.
What's
with
up,
all
Jay?
this stuff.
What's up?
That's bad enough.
Jay
I think
wanted
we
me-
have to
Just a
stop it
compliment.
right now.
Yes, Jay. I'm trying to answer you, but
I
the
think
woman
we
in
should call
the
McDonald's and tell them that they failed the secret shopper program.
oh, can I do that? Oh, that would be
Go ahead.
funny. That would be funny.
They
wouldn't it?
what?
That
What?
they failed their
That's a-
secret shopper.
That's a great idea.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Actually, wait a second. You know what I just
What is that?
realized?
Secret shopper.
Ooh,
mystery
you know what?
Shopper.
Wait, you know what I just realized? I totally forgot about this, and this is true. My daughter's boyfriend, Jennifer's boyfriend, is a bigwig in corporate McDonald's.
Call him up.
That could be trouble. Trouble.
That's
trouble,
right.
Trouble.
Trouble.
Trouble. Trouble came walking in the room.
Let's
His name was
just see.
Ooh, I love
Eric.
BLTs.
Eric Kopp.
Let's see here. All right, here we go. This is
I
I'm
hate
still on
BLTs.
the employee. I want to talk to the employee. Like, what's his beef?
beef. What's his beef?
that's the money. Oh, the question is now.
Where's the beef?
We got. Well,
Where's
here's the
beef?
problem.
Remember that old lady on the commercials?
Here's
Do you
Where's
want
the
that big
beef?
size
Who
or
is it
super
for?
size?
Here's the problem
Well,
here.
who was
The
she
problem
for?
is we
Whopper?
got.
Wendy's, right?
I don't know if it's
Wow.
there's a
I
McDonald's.
don't
There's
know.
two McDonald's. Here's the thing. No, that's South Country Tavern, and we got East Patchogue 769. So this has got to be.
Are we doing that right now?
I
I just
think
want to
so.
know. I just want to get prepared.
Sounds
That's
like
all.
it.
That's
Here
all.
we go.
Just get
Ready?
prepared.
All right, give me
Okay.
a second here.
calling McDonald's.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Gil Martin. I'm with the National Homeless Association. We understand that there was an issue at your McDonald's yesterday with regards to one of our homeless people that were in your parking lot looking for a Big Mac meal, and it turned into a little bit of a nonsense. Is that true?
Hold on one second.
Thank you. No, what we're doing right now is I just want to let you know. You guys are. Is this the McDonald's in Bellport, New York? I just want to make sure. Huh?
This is East Patchogue.
Oh, is there a McDonald's? All right, so you're not the McDonald's in Bellport, New York?
No.
All right.
There is none in Bellport.
All right, so this is the only one in like that area, right?
This one, or there's one in Shirley. I don't know what one it went to.
Well, were you working yesterday by chance, and did you know there was an issue with a homeless guy, and one of your guys at the counter was giving someone else a hard time about buying him a Big Mac? Did you hear about that one?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you working yesterday afternoon and saw a situation with a homeless man and somebody, one of the customers, with somebody at your counter that didn't want to serve somebody a Big Mac?
Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to see if we can get the manager on the phone. She probably won't comment to me because, but we'll see how we can handle this here. Hold on. There we go. I'm echoing a little bit here. Let's see if I can stop the echo. I don't know why I echo with this phone like this. This phone system's got to go bye-bye. It really does. So anyway.
Blow it up.
We'll wait another second here and, I don't know why I'm echoing. I don't know why I'm echoing. Are you hearing me echoing, or is it just me here? You're hearing me.
Oh, you're echoing.
Yeah, I'm echoing.
You're echoing.
I think I'm just going to
Yes, you
disconnect.
are.
I'm going to disconnect and just get back to being normal here because
That's fine. Really quick, Heather
gonna-
Claire Lander wanted to share something with me.
Okay.
Because apparently they have a lot of snow going on over there.
Right.
And she shared an article with me about what people are doing because apparently they're getting stranded. There's blizzards yesterday, black ice today, and there's no let up until Monday. And commuters are spending another freezing night sleeping in broken down train cars.
Where is this, in
as
England?
UK enters their
In England?
winter.
In England?
In the UK.
Really?
They're saying that hundreds of motorists are left stranded overnight as extreme weather continued to wreak havoc on Britain today, with forecast warning the country that it's not out of the woods yet until at least Monday. Now they say that strengthening winds caused blizzards and drifting snow into some parts of the country, bringing roads to a standstill and leaving commuters facing travel disruptions for the fourth day in a row.
Wow.
There's actually a video of it. There is one of those sky cams.
Well, they go on to say that two police forces declared major incidents as the army was drafted into helping rescue those left trapped in their cars. And the South Central Ambulance Service appealed for help from the 4x4 owners to help move its staff around. So it is
Wow.
I mean, that
sounds quite serious.
You watch the video and it's just like, oh my God.
Well, this is just a brief report of it.
United Kingdom, and we're not done yet because the snow is continuing to fall through this morning across some parts. We still have amber warnings across the east and central parts of Scotland, down into the south as well, and across northeast England. Now, this area was first affected by the heavy snowfall on Tuesday, and it's continuing to come. Streams of showers just topping up the amounts here. We also have warnings in force across South Wales and Southwest.
That is on the Cop and Crew Listeners Club if you want to go watch that video. But they go on to say that passengers are stranded overnight on the 5:30 p.m. Southwestern rail service from London Waterloo to Pole and Dorset last night as the Brockenhurst and the New Forest on trains. Pretty much they have no heating. So they are sleeping on the trains. Motorists are stranded on the highway, and this is crazy.
That happened to me in Pennsylvania. I got into right over the Delaware Water Gap one night. I was driving home from Manhattan, and they
blame
shut
Delaware
the
for everything.
They shut the what?
Why do you have to blame Delaware for everything?
I said the
Helen,
Delaware.
what the hell are you staring
The
at?
Delaware Water Gap.
I have the news on in the kitchen on mute, and I was just looking at the news. That's all. Sorry about that.
Oh, there's nothing. Why?
I don't think that's it. I think she was giggling something else. What are you giggling at? Tell us.
She wasn't giggling.
No.
That wasn't her
No.
giggling. That was Brian with his girly laughs.
Oh, that was such a cute giggle.
That was Brian and his girly
Sorry,
giggle.
Brian.
So what's going on with the nor'easter here? I mean, they're saying that we got. I'm looking out my window here. and
I just have rain here. I don't know about anybody else. I mean,
I see a
crazy
lot of-
winds.
I see a lot of flooding. You know, I do see a lot of.
Had I drove in today near the Sagticos Parkway, the entrance ramps were flooded,
Right, I
so
saw
I would
that.
not have been able to get in. So it's just as well I'm Skyping in today.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was gonna tell everybody when I looked outside this morning and I saw the flooding already. You know, it was like stay home, just stay home. You know.
well,
I
I've
had
been
to go
caught
out
in two
anyway.
flash floods, and man, that's not fun because I thought, oh yeah, I can make it through. I did exactly what they tell you not to do.
Which
What I do,
is, what
I
did you
can
do?
do it.
What did you
Uh-oh.
do?
Well, Eric did the
I-
same thing
I
this
drove
morning as
through
he's
it,
doing
and the
live
car stalled
feeds.
out.
Yep.
And sitting in about, I'd say, a foot of water. And somehow the car got started again and made it through. It was in Huntington on New York Avenue, and then the second one was on Jericho Turnpike in Woodbury. And that was enough. That was enough, boy. But the second time when I was caught in the flash flood, I went a little bit in, and then I said, this is not going to work. I backed up and I went and parked the car and I waited for the water to go down.
Here we
But,
go with the backing up into it again. Here we go.
I
Yeah.
didn't think the roads were that bad. I had to bring my son to school. And
Well-
I didn't think it was that it was raining. I was more worried about the potholes that are now filled with water and you really can't
Oh.
see them because it was still dark when I left.
They're actually coming
I didn't
across
even
now.
think
They're
of that.
they're coming across now. Let me just see here. Wantagh State Parkway, tidal flooding. They're saying Wantagh State Parkway is closed northbound from Ocean Parkway to Merrick Road, southbound closed from Bay
Wow.
Drive to Ocean Parkway in Wantagh, Nassau County. Yeah, and-
That's right near me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just checked, and that's what I'm seeing. So
I'm not
it's
going anywhere
Chef
today.
Gail is in
Bye.
chat. Chef Gail, I'm hungry.
yeah.
Can you bring us some food? Chef Gail.
Not in this weather. You know.
Heather Clearlander says that's typical British weather. What part is typical British weather? The rain, the wind, the snow? What?
Helen? It's always raining here, and it's
Oh,
always
boy.
raining. No, it's seriously. When I picture England, I picture Big Ben, and rain
Well,
and fog.
that would be good.
And fog and all that other stuff.
Chef Gail says she can't see my face. I don't know what you mean.
Well,
You're on Facebook Live.
I see you. I mean, I'm looking right at you, so I don't know. So.
Randy Steele, we have yet another perfect weather day here in Fort Lauderdale. I bet you do.
Hey, Randy Steele, I love you, but
That's going to be where I settle down.
Yeah, last night,
Yeah.
I'm Randy Steele. Let's do a Facebook Live video of me chilling on the boat. Shut up.
That jealousy is a terrible thing to have.
Damn it,
Stop
I'm so
being
passionate
jealous.
about my boat.
Listen, after the week I had,
Nice.
let me tell you something.
He
After the,
worked
after,
hard for that. Let
after-
him enjoy it.
after the week
I know,
I've had.
No, listen, I have nothing but respect for the
I
guy.
know.
But he's like,
I know you're
oh,
teasing.
I'm on my boat. I'm going fishing. I got a Cupid's ago with my feet up on the rail in my balcony. Shut up, you jerk!
I used to play at the boatyard in Patchogue.
Freezing up here up in my studio and no heat. It's 32 degrees. I'm freezing my balls off. And you're like, I'm on a boat. Shut up! I
Are you
love you,
done?
Randy.
Are you
I
done?
got nothing.
I used to play in Patchogue in the boatyard. My grandpa's business, they had a cesspool company business, and they stored all their cranes at the boatyard. So on the weekends, I'd go into, with my cousin or whatever, and my aunt, and we'd play on all the little
I
boats.
just had a meltdown.
You
I
did.
think you did.
Do
Dear.
you want a boat?
Okay. Do you have any Valium up there or anything? Just checking.
You want a
Need
boat?
cigarette and a Mountain Dew.
I want to say one thing. In case you lose power on Long Island, I have a PSE&G number you can call. It's 1-800-490-0075. That's PSE&G. Just one more time, if you lose power on Long Island, 1-800-490-0075. PSE&G, just in case.
Hey,
Because
you'll notice that in Hurricane Sandy, Helen was all about, oh, I still have power. Everybody's
Yeah.
coming over my house. But she didn't invite none of us over her house if the power goes out. Thanks, Helen.
Oh,
I didn't know.
good point.
That's why I'm
I
so very
didn't know
happy.
you guys then. Oh
That's
my
why
God.
I'm so very happy that my neighborhood is actually on the same power as the hospital and the fire department.
Well, you will not be losing your power then.
Nope.
But, well, you know what? With all these, I have News 12 on silent over here, and they're giving all sorts of
I kill you.
what? I really,
I like that guy, Jeff Dunham.
Yep.
I do too. Sounds like the
All right, I
Courtney
got to say,
name.
now I want to talk about something. I want to get serious here for just 1 second because this is,
Okay.
I waited till Friday to talk about this because I wanted to get it all together and have an understanding, everything like that. But something very seriously, if you guys are out there, and I'm talking to the guys out there right now, if it's very, very important with regards to prostate cancer. I want to talk about prostate cancer for a second because this is the type of thing that you don't even know what's going on. I mean, you might have issues, and like with people like when you're young and things like that, you don't have the issues. But they say when you're over the age of 50 that you should have what's called at least a PSA test, which is a simple blood test to determine, in fact, the possibility that there could be prostate cancer. And what I went through, the worst thing in the world is not knowing. And I actually spoke to the urologist again yesterday, and I said to him, I said, the problem is that you come into a doctor's office and they want to do all these tests on you like that, and they want you to sit and they want you to wait for test results, and it basically drives you crazy. It really does. When you don't know if you're going to be living or dying, it drives you crazy. And the one thing you want to do is that if you believe in any way, manner, shape, or form that you're sick in any way, get checked out right away. I'm probably the biggest baby in the world, and I put things off, and it was hard. It was very difficult as far as this week goes. Dealing with
typical
the
Marine.
Yeah, and you saw what happened to me the other day. I literally broke. I think it was like a little bit of a nervous breakdown, if you want to call it that. Because of everything that was going on. And I want to say that I applaud my doctor's name is Dr. Eppelbaum. He's out in Smithtown there, and I actually sat there and he listens to the show, and I told him that I was going to be talking about this morning. Because it's nice to know that there's a doctor. There are a lot of doctors out there that don't take the time to actually sit there and talk to you like a human being. That you're like a test tube that you're just coming in to be able to analyze and walk in, go from room to room. And he really made me feel comfortable with understanding of what I'll be dealing with and what I did deal with. So I'm saying to everybody out there, you want to get checked out and make sure, because there are so many people. I wasn't aware of how many people actually that are, my age and just maybe a little bit older that are actually dying from prostate cancer simply because, they're either embarrassed or they don't want to have the testing that's necessary. In discussions with my wife yesterday, when they start talking about biopsies and things like that, and from the research I've done with regards to biopsies now, I find that biopsy on a prostate is not exactly the best way to go. There are other ways to do it that are not so invasive, and that can there was actually a friend of ours who was dealing with prostate cancer right now, and he had he doesn't want to have the biopsy done because in prior biopsies, it actually, once a biopsy is done on a prostate, it kind of spreads quicker. It opens up a can of worms that you don't want to deal with. It's a miserable thing to deal with. And for those of you that were asking, I appreciate your concern and everything of what I was going through, and this week. It's at this point, I'm just basically going to get checked out every 6 months. I have to get checked out every 6 months to determine what the PSA, what's called the blood test levels are, if they go up and down, and we'll take it from there. So thank you, everybody, for your concern and everything like that. But whatever your medical condition is, get checked out. And if you know somebody that is not doing what they should be doing as far as going to the doctor and being checked out and getting things done, have them, talk to them, because, it's not, like I have an 8-year-old son that I want to see graduate from college. And if I wouldn't have done what I'm, if I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be here to see that, so, but it's no big deal because Jay already told me, don't worry about it. He's got the show. If I drop dead, he's fine.
I have the taxidermy's phone number.
It's going to be the shuffle in the morning, so, and don't worry, we'll be heard on all stations, and everything like that.
Jason's moving in.
Jay wouldn't even miss me. You wouldn't even miss me if I was going. Neither
I would miss you.
Anyway.
Oh, we'd miss you.
I think Helen offered the suggestion. We'll have you stuffed and stuck up in the studio.
That was Lisa. Lisa
Yeah,
does.
I just said I have the taxidermy's phone number.
Yeah.
Somebody said it.
I'm going to tell you, in addition to what you
Yes,
just
I
said,
did.
10 facts regarding prostate cancer, since you're already on that subject. You
Okay,
ready?
I have a video which I'd like to share of everybody in my rectal exam, so I'll be putting that out there on Facebook later. So-
This is vodka.
This is vodka. Go
I
ahead,
want you
Lisa.
to-
I don't know about that one.
Randy
Here,
Steele,
Eric,
thank you. Thank you.
Eric,
Randy.
while you do that, here, let me just do this for you.
All right, here it comes.
We'll just end the goddamn show.
Yeah, go ahead, Lisa. Go
When we
ahead,
all have to
One.
witness that.
Go ahead, Lisa.
1, it's more common than you think.
Oh, it is.
2, it can be cured if caught early.
It can.
3, you might need early screening.
True.
4, race affects risk. African American men have the highest risk for prostate cancer
do.
of any American males,
Boy.
while Asian Americans have the lowest risk in the country
Oh, that's very good. Glad
for
to
the
hear
entire U.S. male population.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, hey, bro, we got to do you do this shit with the prostate cancer they talk about. I mean, I've been emancipated by the proclamation of the.
You know, that's an interesting fact
what?
finding right there. I wonder why that is.
Why what?
Why
I'll
Asian?
tell you exactly why. Because we can't even get Big Macs at McDonald's. They turn us down and they talk nasty to us and stuff like that. You know, oh, you're all so pissed off.
Okay, 5. There are symptoms, but they're not definite. Definitive. Sorry, definitive.
Let me tell you, there's
Definitive.
symptoms. Yeah.
Phonics doesn't work for everyone, ladies
Shut
and
it.
gentlemen.
The symptoms of prostate cancer, if there are any, are often symptoms that can be attributed to other things like prostatitis. How did you know?
Prostatitis?
What? How did I
heck
know
is
what?
that?
How did I know
That's
what?
like that's like prostate glaucoma, right?
Prostatitis.
Well,
Yeah,
how did
whatever.
how did I know?
Yeah, how did you know to get checked?
Well, the thing is, when you reach over the age of 50 and things like that, and you know, I don't want to
Just
get
automatic.
Well, basically, you know what it is. When you're
It's
over the age of
recommended by
50,
doctors to get checked.
right?
What's
When
Yeah,
you're over the age
okay.
of 50, you're supposed to be checked. All right, and
Gotcha.
there. I won't describe them right now, but there were
Right.
issues that I was dealing with that, you know, that I was ignoring.
Gotcha.
that I was
Okay.
ignoring.
All right.
Got it.
6, screening tools are getting better.
Yeah.
7, prostate cancer doesn't always require surgery or treatment.
True.
8, consider the long-term effects of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
9, treatments vary widely. And 10, lifestyle changes might help, but it's not a magic cure.
True.
Very interesting.
Stop eating McDonald's.
You know what it is? It's like.
Do you think food has a lot to do with what we put into our
like
bodies?
Linda said yesterday
Yeah.
that the one of the people that she knows that's dealing with prostate cancer right now didn't have the biopsy done, and he changed his total lifestyle as far as the way he eats and what he. I mean, first off, people. I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I don't eat healthy. I'm not a healthy eater, you know, and.
What?
Yeah, you
I haven't seen you eat an Apple Jacks in a long
Good,
time.
Brian.
no, that's we haven't had Apple Jacks in a long time, but you know the bottom line is I eat the problem is too, and this is in the last couple weeks I've been doing a lot of fried foods, and that's not good for you either. You can't do
No.
that, you know. Bottom line is, and I had the whole scan done with the where they check the carotid artery and they do the whole thing from top to bottom, and I'm actually I'm actually healthy, but I have. I sit in a chair all day long, and basically, I'm used to being up and moving around. So it's like you got to keep exercising, you got to eat right, and you got to get checked out. You really do. What you can't? Oh, did we lose you? Hold on. Hold on. I think I kicked out your headphone, Lisa. So hold on.
I think he's being mean. He probably
I-
wanted to
no,
kick him in the head,
I think
maybe.
he kicked it out. It's all under the table right in front of him.
Either that or you fell off the
But
chair.
I love how Lisa's just like,
No, I moved my foot and I kicked out your headphones. The bottom line, it's a scary thing to deal with, and the sad thing is, I was watching a lot of the people in the doctor's office that were actually being diagnosed. I'm seeing people that are being diagnosed that that I heard one doctor talking to one fella, and the guy waited too long. We're afraid to go to the doctor, and I'm not going to. I with the anxiety, and I finally said to myself yesterday, I said, you know what? I have all this anxiety about going to the dentist. I have all this anxiety about going to the doctor. I have all this anxiety about doing these things because we're afraid of what they're going to do to us as far as the test goes and how they're going to be able to handle things. And then you think of the alternative. Right. Did the letters?
He's not-
Jay,
I was waiting for Jason
Jay,
to do that.
Jay, I just have to ask you a question. This is an important question, Jay. I've been meaning to ask you this, Jay. Did the letters FU have any meaning to you?
Do you, when
Yes.
I call the
fun is an
taxidermy,
understatement.
do you want me like full body taxidermy or like half a body and like hung on the wall? I need to be clear.
I want to
Just
be.
mount his
I want to
head.
be stuffed with. I want to be stuffed with an erection and used as a coat rack. All right.
So you want to be a stand-up?
Thanks for the visual, dear.
What?
Do you want
Right time
like? Do you want us
to
to add a
play a
microphone in your hands?
Can you do that?
guitar?
What?
I mean, I could do anything. I can make it happen.
I
I'm a
bet-
shaker and a mover. I
bet
can
you-
make it happen.
You see? Do you see this now? How she does this, Helen? Do you see how she's involved here and she's
Yeah.
see how she's taking part in the conversation and
Yeah.
how she's showing herself to be a true. Do you understand how maybe you could?
I'm
Lisa,
just winging it. I
Lisa-
wing life,
Lisa, can you
motherhood,
Lisa, what
my eyebrows. I'm
what-
winging it all.
What suggestions can you make to Helen, Lisa, to try to help her along? Helen,
You know. You could smile more.
By the way, I don't even know if Lisa saw me making fun of her, like impersonating her today.
No,
this
I
is,
did
this
not.
Is my,
Let
this
me
is my
see.
impression of Lisa today. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
what the hell is he doing? I'm telling you.
That was
Oh,
her banging
you
on the
saw that?
headphone going, I can't hear
I can't hear.
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what it was? It's that I unplugged her headphone accidentally. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I
You
really
know,
am.
for your
Lisa,
favorite,
I'm so sorry.
for your
I really am.
favorite crew
Morning,
member here, why are you
Bella,
unplugging
Danny
me?
I'm
hanging out
sorry.
with us, Austin, everybody over on stream. Good morning. Of course, we also have Tammy and Danny are also, as well as Austin, are also on Facebook Live.
Good morning.
We have Heather Claire Landers says, can't mute Lisa, Eric, you meanie. Peter says,
Thank
what's your
you.
Skype? I'm in the UK. Heather says, sounds like a Cartman, Jace. I guess that was me. Jamie says, good morning. Rain and snow in Nassau right now. Yes, they are there in the studio.
I
They're
believe
aware of
it's
that.
supposed to turn into snow.
Seth Gotel says, good morning, all. And of course, we are all saying good morning, hanging out with you on Facebook Live.
Janet Russell says, Lisa, you are too anxious to have him stuffed.
Yeah, let me die first. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, notice I wasn't too anxious to have you stuff.
You know what, Helen? You are my.
Just saying,
I want
but
you to
okay,
know,
fine.
I want you to know something.
What?
Helen. I
Fauna
want you to know
taxidermy.
That's
hurry
not
up,
what
quick,
you
quick,
said
quick.
at our meeting the other day, Helen.
No,
You
she's-
said, do you have the phone number for the taxidermy? I said, don't worry, I have it. I have it. I have it.
That's so not true.
And you,
That's so
and you
not
were
true.
picking out
Lisa,
what
et tu
clothes,
brute?
what clothes you wanted him to wear,
See, I would expect this
What
from Jay.
shoes
I
he
would
was gonna
expect this
wear.
from Jay, but not from you guys. All right?
and what hat we were going to put on his head.
What would you
Little
expect from
stuffed
me?
head.
That's so
The
not true.
shoe is on the other foot.
Anyway, guys, I hate to be a downer like that, but I just want to make it clear. The bottom line is, if you think there's, even if you're over 50, get checked out. If you think there's something wrong, get checked out. It's far worse to wait. You need to go right away and get things checked out. And
I'm
that's
so
the bottom-
guilty of all of this. I don't follow through. I was
know.
supposed to get a mammogram like a year ago.
I'll give you one before you leave today.
No.
Check it out.
I knew that was
Hey,
coming.
so Eric, I'm gonna send you a phone number.
My hands
do
are
you guys,
mammograms. My hands are mammograms, and
Maybe I can go across the
Harry
hall and
Potter?
they can help me.
I tell you, I got in trouble one day because I was walking past the
I
breast,
know Hermione.
the breast imaging place down the
Yeah.
hall here, and there was a girl there, and she looked all scared, and she's sitting there and everything like that, and I just looked at her, and I stopped, and I looked at her for a second, and she looked at me, and I was like, they look fine to me, and I kept going. So.
You're a fresh thing. She
What?
could have been scared because maybe she was a callback. Now, how do you feel?
Oh yeah, it's true. I feel like crap now. I do.
I don't
You
mean
should.
I don't
Shame
mean
on
to,
you.
but I just had to give you a little
Jay's
light
trying
bulb
to
moment.
Jay's trying to write me a note here on it's freaky when you see your computer go up, and all of a sudden you see Notepad pop up on the thing.
He was funny when he went into my computer. I gave him control of mine, and he saw a couple of files that he was like a little weary of. He's like, I didn't want to go in there.
Listen to Brian. Ooh.
So I got to tell you, we were watching.
Yeah.
I'm a photographer, Brian. I had a file called Naughty.
We were watching Blue Bloods last
Ooh, I
night.
believe
right?
it.
We were watching Blue Bloods last night, and one of the things the father had taught the kids when they were younger is that they ever in a situation where they were like being held at gunpoint or something like that, and if one of the family members says to them, it's please don't hurt my family. That's the code word to drop to the ground. And what it was Danny's sister was being held at gunpoint, and he gets on his knee. He says to the guy, he says, please don't hurt my family. And she drops to the ground. He pulls out a gun. And he shoots and kills the guy. Right. So that's their little code word. So Linda and I were watching that show. So I said, we have to have a code word. And she said, why do we need a code word? I said, well, if we're ever in a tight situation and we need to, you need to get out of the way so that we can take care of business. So we came up with our own very code word. It's Daddy has a big penis. And so if I ever say, I have to teach. And so if I ever say, if you ever hear me say, all right, and this is our code word for the morning show. If you guys ever hear me say, if I ever shout out, Daddy has a big penis, you'll have to drop to the ground because all hell's going to break loose. All right.
Do you know?
Take a look at your Skyped in co-host right now there, Eric.
My Skyped in co-host? Which one? I got 3 Skyped.
All of us.
I got
We're
3.
hiding our faces.
No, I think.
And I'm laughing.
No, it's
I'm
Daddy.
so warped.
Daddy has a big penis, and you all drop to the ground. That's it.
No, as you were saying that, I
No,
just
we all
wanted.
go, oh my God.
What is this, Jay?
Oh,
Essex Public?
seriously.
Okay,
What is this?
so
Jay?
while I explain this, Eric, can you please call that number?
Daddy has a big penis. See, you all drop to the ground. That's the way it goes. You know?
No, we
If
didn't.
I ever
Did you?
tell you, if I ever tell you I went for a jog,
Yeah.
it's a code word. I don't run unless I'm being chased. So now you know I'm in trouble.
Wow.
And find me.
All right.
That's my code word.
All right. So your
I
code.
second that.
Let's make a code. Helen, what would your code word be for if you were in an emergency situation? What is your?
Duck.
Why did you erase it, Jay? You took it down. I can't see it.
I didn't erase it.
It went. Oh, somebody did erase it. Oh, there it goes. What's your code word, Helen? If you're ever in an emergency situation and you want us to know that there's a problem, what would your code sentence be? Thank you,
Get
Helen.
ready to die.
Well, you need something like,
No,
As-
get
as
ready
six
because
the
I'll
cats
go
on the-
down. I'll go down fighting.
all right,
Get ready
Brian,
to
what would your
die.
code word be, Brian?
Boobies!
Oh my God.
Boobies.
Boobies!
Boobies.
What about you, Jace?
Jace, what's your code word?
Don't hurt my soda.
Don't hurt the. Yeah,
Hold on,
no.
hold on, hold on.
No,
I'll
it
make
should
it-
be water.
I saved the beer.
I drank water.
All right, I'm going to give you each a code word because I know you guys really well now. Okay, so Jay, your code word is when anybody have any more Mountain Dew? That's your code word. All right. Helen's code word would be.
Let him forget it by tomorrow.
No, Helen's code word would be no. I don't look like Tanya Harding. All right. And let's see.
Brian Lee's is gonna be.
No.
Excuse me. This is a man bun.
No, I got Brian Lee's. Brian Lee's is. If
Brian, what is
if
up
Brian,
with that?
If Brian's ever in trouble, and he looks at us and goes, "I love Family Court," we'll know there's a problem. All right. And Lisa, let's see. What would Lisa say? Let me think of one for Lisa.
These are not itty bitties.
No. Let's see. What would Lisa say? I got to think of something. Lisa here.
You
Lisa.
didn't call this damn number already.
Are you guys all on the same team? That'll work.
Hey, listen, real quick. I forgot to mention it. Danny's son's school was threatened yesterday by a student.
They had it up here too. There was stuff up here too. That's
Oh, it's going
And
all.
play-
It's
yeah.
all over.
I will-
Schools are being
yeah.
locked down and
Yeah.
What am
closed down.
I will follow up to
daily.
that story
Let us
on
know.
Monday.
You're so good, Lisa. You really are. You're amazing.
There's been
Yeah.
multiple
Amazing, Lisa.
threats
I
made
know.
You are
This is what I'm
amazing.
saying. I'm so freaking amazing.
You are amazing. Jay, what is his telephone number?
This is to the Essex Public Safety Department in Michigan. They had a viral social media post over a couple of days ago, and it has garnered national attention, and I want to talk to them.
You're going to handle it if I dial it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see if I can dial this here. Hold on.
I'm hungry.
So am I. Get me pancakes.
I know.
Big Mac.
I think I
I could use pancakes.
I know.
Yeah, me too. I thought Chef Gail. You see,
How come
Chef
we never
Gail,
go
I
to
thought she was
breakfast?
going to be in today.
I changed the phone system, by the way, Jay. We got to talk about that later.
Quiet.
Hello, is that Akbar?
Yes, I'm looking for Lieutenant House, please, the public information officer.
No, sorry, it's a wrong number.
Wrong number. Okay.
Wrong
Thank
number.
you.
Okay. Let's call it back and ask him. I got to call that number back, Jay, and you ask him if he could please take a message.
He sounds shady.
Yeah. Probably reached a terror cell. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't talk right now. We're busy making bombs. But what were you saying before, Brian? You said something? You were saying something?
No.
Yeah, you
That
were
was
saying.
Jace.
No, Jace never says anything. Yeah. Helen. Hi, Helen. Helen, we haven't heard a lot from you today, Helen. What's going on with Helen?
What's going on?
Why am I not hearing Helen?
What are you doing this weekend,
Mute your
Helen?
microphone, doofus.
All right, yeah. Okay.
No, we don't hear you, Helen. You're not.
Yes, you do.
Now I
Yeah,
do.
you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
now. I'm on. Okay. Is this the new normal? Bulletproof shelters designed to protect students. A safe room which fits into the corner of a classroom can secure 35 students and a teacher in an active shooter situation. A shelter in place, it's called Shelter in Place, makes bulletproof safe rooms that double as severe weather shelters, and they take less than a minute to load and can be locked from the inside. Each structure has its own backup power, lighting, air filtration, and security cameras, and these rooms can withstand gunfire from an AK-47, AR-15, a 9mm, and other firearms. And a small district in Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma, Headton Public Schools is the first in the nation to install the bulletproof structures. So,
It gets built into the classroom, is what you're saying?
it gets placed into the classroom. It looks like it's a structure that just gets placed into the corner. But I think it's a pretty good, I think it's a great idea, actually. And what my question was is, this is our school kids' new normal. The new normal is every day we see on the phone, on the news, that a school is locked down, the school has been closed for the day because of a threat, because of another threat, and another threat, and another threat. And I think this safe room is a really great idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like
Sounds
the idea
good.
of sheltering in place.
What do you mean?
Well, if there's no other, if you can't get outside of the classroom, I think it's a great idea.
If you're safe until help comes to diffuse the situation, you don't like that? Explain.
If there's a shooter in the hallway.
All right, Eric.
Let Helen
escape, I see it. Let Helen finish.
If you can't escape, if you can't get out the door and you can't get out a window, yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just shut it down, get all the kids. Because I've seen, hang on one second, Brian. I saw on the news when they're doing these drills where the kids get behind a desk in a corner and they put a little barricade of desks. What does that do?
Nothing.
So I think it's a good idea.
Did you guys hear about the NJROTC unit down in Florida during the Florida shooting who lost his life while helping his students exit the building?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're...
Was that the kid that was honored by West Point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
the kid that was honored by West Point, yeah.
Yeah, we were actually trying to push that. I know Stephen Ball had contacted the head of the ROTC command to try to get this kid honored, because I'm sorry, this kid had more courage than the officers that were there that were armed.
No argument.
That is a hugely debatable subject. I've heard part of it. I've heard some of it, not all of it, and I don't have all the information enough to debate it. So,
yeah.
But I've heard part. I've heard that as well.
All right, I'll try to make this phone call for you, Jay. Is that what you want?
Please and thank you.
All
Yep.
right, stand by. All right, hold on. There we go. Hold on, let me do it this way. Change that. Hold on.
I think you just need a whole new box. I think your box has gone bad.
A whole new, no, I got a whole new. We got a whole different way of doing phone calls. We got a whole new.
You said
way
box.
What are you,
I'll
12?
I'll just keep quiet.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's see if it works now.
Essex Public Safety, Lieutenant House.
Yes, Lieutenant House. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. This is Jace from WLANY.
Hey, sir. How are you?
Good. So really quickly, I want to talk about this social media post that you guys made about you guys got a phone call. I don't even know if it started out as the trash call and you guys made it into this funny, really entertaining thing, and thus far has had 62,000 shares and 65,000 reactions.
Sure.
And I just think it's hysterical. I'd like to know whose idea was it to do this?
Admittedly, it was. I gotta take credit, as humbly and as regrettably as that is. That ultimately that was my that was my post.
That was you?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to read this from who reported seeing a Dementor in Smith Park. For those of you who are familiar with Harry Potter. Since everybody knows Muggles can't see Dementors, and because our only officer available to perform the Patronus charm is off duty, further investigation revealed it to be merely trash. The minute
Jay, I apologize, but
help us keep
we're
the city
actually
beautiful and help trash find its home.
Jay, we're actually having a real. You're coming in all broken up now.
Yeah, and actually, would it be okay if I can I put you on hold and take you up in my office? Is that okay if I do that?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
sure, absolutely.
Yep, that's fine.
There you go.
All right, give me just a second.
So,
Jay,
yes,
can you
long
explain what you're
story
talking about? Can you please explain what you're talking about? Because I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking
So, long story short, Essex Public Safety Department has put up a post on social media on Facebook, and what you see is a tree. Yeah, I'm going to. You see a tree, you see the police car, and you see a trash bag, a black trash bag, and this tree.
Yeah.
Well, he goes on, I guess, just to kind of make light of the whole situation. It says that, look, even police get these weird phone calls. He says that somebody called and said that they saw a Dementor, which is a Harry Potter character, in a tree. And he took this whole Harry Potter thing and just ran with it. And it's still a public safety thing. And it's still, hey, look, you know. And when I explained this to my father-in-law, I said, look, even if they got a phone call for a trash bag in a tree, God knows it could be it could be a suicide. So they just want to make sure of what this is. They have to go check it out. But because it was just a trash bag, these guys have turned it into this funny, this great thing, and put a Harry Potter spin on it, and said that they got a call from a concerned citizen saying that they reported seeing a Dementor in Smith Park. And they said it's only concerning because everybody knows that Muggles can't see Dementors.
I don't even know what a Dementor. Does anybody else know what a Dementor is?
Harry Potter. Harry
No,
Potter.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So, do we have you on still, Lieutenant? Are you there?
I'm back. I'm back.
Hey, Lieutenant, how you doing? By the way, we're live on the air here in Long Island. We're all over the country. Actually, we're actually being heard over in England, and everywhere we're being heard. So right now, you're on the Cop and Crew Morning Show. So let me tell you, I got to. It's amazing what I find with some of the videos and things that and the posts that people. All of a sudden, you can have a post that gets like 3 or 4, and then all of a sudden, how many, Jay? What was the hits on this?
62,700 shares, 17,000 comments, and 65,000 reactions.
So is it true now, Lieutenant, that you're quitting your job and you're moving to Hollywood? Is that what it is?
I'd have to run that past my wife.
There you go.
I don't think that's going to fly.
You know what? We appreciate the humor, and we appreciate the fact that you make people smile and laugh. And thanks, we appreciate you taking our call this morning too. So thank you for that.
It's my pleasure. That's been the biggest thing about this is from the page standpoint, we see that it's been viewed like 7 million times now, and that just is. I mean, Essexville is a place that I bet you 99% of the people who are listening right now have never heard of ever, and probably will never hear of again. It's a small little Americana town that if you're driving through, don't blink because you'll miss it. So no one was more surprised than I when I saw how
That's funny. They say the same thing about me here in Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware has a state with only 12 people. What's Jay? Tell them what's the sign that you see when you come into Delaware?
Resume speed.
That's the name of the town. It's exit 55. Resume speed. Well, Lieutenant,
I can relate.
Jay, any parting thoughts you want to say for the Lieutenant?
Well, I don't know where you came up with this or how long it took you to put this all together and say this is going to be absolutely hysterical. I'm pretty sure you didn't expect any of this, but I wanted to thank you for having a sense of humor and showing people that in the age and the time that we live in now, where people say that police this and police that and people are losing faith in their police department, thank you for showing us that there are still great people out there with a sense of humor.
If I come to Essex, can I get a PBA card? Go ahead.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do, because I mean the bottom line here is, all across the country. I mean, we're just people too. The police officers are just people. We got a job that we have to do. And we have many hats we have to wear, and for us, it's important to show that sense of humor here in our community and be part of that community. Because at the end of the day, when I put my pants on just like everybody else does, and it's just a job for us, and we take a lot of pride in what we do. And the humor and the ups and downs, it affects us just like everybody else, and reaching out and being part of that, showing people that human side, like you said, that's really important to all of us here. So that, though, yes, I take responsibility for the post, that kind of reflects the mentality that we all have here, just, kind of getting along with the community and being a part of it, and just, one day at a time type thing.
Did you hear this story? Did you hear this story? There's a young boy out there. He came from Florida, and he travels around the country, and this is true. He's known as Donut Boy. He's 8 years old, and what he does is he's traveled around the country with his parents, and what he does, he brings donuts to police stations all across the country, and he actually wears a cape. He has a cape like a superhero with a giant D in it, and they named him Donut Boy, and he goes there, and they actually did a radio interview with him, and he talked about how police officer helped him, and how much respect and how he wants to be a police officer. And my wife's in law enforcement, and I see some of the things that she's up against. And of course, in today's world, as Jay had said before, there's a lot of police organizations that have a lot of of issues with the community and things like that. And it makes me feel good to know that at least in Essex, that you guys, you interact with your community in a human way. That you have the ability to be able to say to people, like you just said, you put your pants on the same way everybody else does. Although here at the radio station, I never wear pants, but that's another story.
Yeah, we're internet radio. We don't have to wear pants.
That's okay.
My only question is, which foot do you start with?
That's true. Right? It's left to right. That's good. All right. So we want to, Jay, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention.
Lieutenant House, thank you again.
Thank you, Lieutenant House.
Thank you for your service too.
Remember, if I'm ever coming through Essex now, I'm going to be able to say, hey, if I ever get pulled over, I'm going to be able to say, Hey, do me a favor. Can you get Lieutenant House on the phone for me, please? I'm the crazy guy.
If I ever get pulled over at Essex, I'm gonna be like, "Look at Dementor," and I'm gonna run away.
There you go.
There you go. That's awesome. That'll key us into who you are. We'll know right away.
Hey,
So
yeah.
if you're ever in the area, by all means, stop by. We'd love to have some coffee and donuts.
You know what? You know what we should do, Jay? Find out where they are. I'm going to send over a box of donuts. I
So
really
you
do.
do love donuts. I knew it.
Oh, absolutely. That's not a cliche. I mean,
What's your favorite?
It's a cliche, but it's the truth.
What's your favorite donut?
Sugar-covered, glazed, fried something.
Oh.
Wow. See
You know
that?
what I mean?
All right. Thanks, Lieutenant. It's been
Excuse
a
me,
pleasure.
officer, your eyes are a little glazed. Have you eaten donuts?
Have a great day, Lieutenant. We'll send you a
Lieutenant
copy
House,
of the.
thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. That was great. It's so nice when you can call someone like that, especially a lieutenant, that gets on the phone with us like that
Oh,
and
yeah.
has a sense of humor.
Well, I
and
mean, the Essex Police Department. I'm assuming that
where are they?
just like
Essex is where, Jay? Where is this?
Michigan.
Okay.
Essexville, but it's Essexville Police Department in Michigan, 1107 Woodside Ave in Essexville, Michigan, and especially a lieutenant who is probably doing double duty as a PIO. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a public information officer.
Right.
So this man is constantly talking to people, which is great because he was so much fun to talk to. And I'm going to get his email address.
Yeah, we'll send him a copy of the
Listen, I
interview.
sent him a message. I sent him a message at, midnight last night?
Really, the answer.
10:15 last night. And they said, hey, thank you for our message. Try to be as responsive as possible. The PIO is Lieutenant House. He'll be in at work at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Well, what time would you like to do this? And then they just sent me another message. You can reach him on his cell phone, his work phone. And then they said, any idea what time you'd like to do this? And I said, we're calling right now.
I have some guy I have some guy on Facebook right now. His name is Randy Scott O'Brien, and he just texted me. He says, "I came across your profile here. Your profile really looks gentle, and I'm so much interested to know more about you. If you do not mind."
You're making this up.
No, I'm not. Look, right on my phone. Look right there. I am into small mining cooperation. What do you work for? Let's see.
Very good grammar. Gee, wow.
What do you work for?
I am a designer. I am a designer of
Tell him you do porn.
of homosexual. Hold on, homosexual sex toys. That's what I'm responding here. Probably talking to somebody that's really all right. So I'm a designer of homosexual sex toys. That's what I just told him. So we'll see how. he
You know
responds.
what? I would think these scams by now they would learn to write correctly with the correct grammar. I should like to know you better. Well, okay.
With a name
Is
like
that my
yeah.
first clue?
You know what it is?
Really?
Let me tell you something. They don't. You know what gets me too is when you call them on it. Like the guy the other day with the, when I told him I did his mother. When you call them on it, and you say things like that and respond to them like that in an insulting way, figuring they'll leave you alone. They actually get insulted, and they write this one guy why do you insult me? And I was like, and I finally responded to him. I said, "Are you kidding? Are you really kidding? You're wasting my time here on Facebook. You're trying to." This one guy, he texts me, honest to God, right? He texts me the other day and tells me I won $5 billion from a fund that Mark Zuckerberg and his wife have set up on Facebook.
Bullshit.
And I'm like,
People share that. I've seen
FM,
that.
Brian,
Yeah.
People
FM.
share that thinking that they're going to get a share.
yeah. So people are crazy.
I had
This guy's
Instagram.
He's responding to me now. I can't wait to see what he has to. He's probably saying, "Oh, good, I'm a homosexual." But
On
anyway,
Instagram, I had somebody inbox me.
that was me.
No.
Sometimes we wonder there, Eric.
And their front was bulldogs, so they wanted to.
You know what you guys?
they-
You know what he said to me? Honest to God.
What?
Oh, very nice job. He's not even paying attention. He probably got like 16 computers going at the same time. And now if I wasn't on the air and I have to be careful what I say because I'm trying to handle myself in a Christian manner here. But it's like I really want to respond to the guy with like asking him if he sucks dick. I'm sorry, I really do, but I won't do that. And see, I'm real, folks. You have to understand, I'm real. I joke around and stuff like that. And I know anybody out there in the Christian community that listens to me in the morning is going to go, "This guy's not really a Christian." No, I am. I really am. But
There goes Mesa, Arizona.
Hey, Mildred,
Bye,
come on in
Mesa.
here, Mildred. He just
Yes,
said
Father,
You had a good run.
He just said the D
It was
word.
fun.
Yeah, and the Queen, and we have Queen Elizabeth going, "Oh my God, Philip, come in! These people are crazy." Anyway.
I was conversing with this person in the inbox, and the things that they were saying.
Honest to God, this guy is responding. Oh, very nice job. Do you own your own company producing of that? Yes. Let me.
Yes, and I try them out too. Good
Yes.
Lord. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And I'm looking.
No wonder why he's cranky.
Yes, and I'm looking. Yes. And hold on. Yes. And
Ask if he's interested.
Yes, and I have one.
Oh,
I have
my,
one.
my,
I'm not
my.
going to use the word. And I have one shoved up my.
Don't.
The last
don't-
3 minutes of the
I-
show. Can we be positive, please?
It happens every time.
Oh my
Every time.
God.
Where's Mike when you
Eight-
need him? I wrote yes, and I have one
802,
shoved up my
well,
right
go
now.
ahead.
Yep, that's what I wrote. Honest to God, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say. Wait a minute. Why is this saying? Why is this Brian Lee's profile? I don't get it. You see Brian's eyebrows
I
go.
work at Spencer's, but hey,
All right.
I love how long it took him to realize. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
His face, those blue eyes.
Come on, Brian, give it to me. I love Family Court. You know, I love Family Court. I'm not Tanya Harding. You know,
I'm going for a jog.
I'm going for a jog. Yeah, you know. All right, what time is it?
Oh, Jace,
Wow.
wake up.
It's Friday.
That was me ducking.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Okay, Helen, what do you have planned this weekend?
I'm staying in all weekend until the weather gets better. To
Great,
tell you
you're
the truth.
entertaining. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Brian?
I know.
Yeah,
But
nothing planned?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything really. No plans.
Mr. Lee, Brian Ree.
other than
Brian
preparing
Free.
for a Sunday show and RFIR, pretty much nothing. I'm just gonna be relaxing.
Nice. Who'd you guest?
Unknown at this time. We're working on a couple different people. We're trying to get them ready. On our show, you know,
Nobody
because of
ever
what
asked-
we do, what
nobody
we
ever-
talk about, we
nobody
have
ever
to
asked
be
me
very
to be a guest.
careful who
I
we
know,
bring
right?
on our show. You know, we don't want somebody that's very high tempered, you know, very excited. We want somebody that's able to talk with us and not, you know, start screaming at the phone. So yeah, we got to be very careful what we do.
I'd like to be a guest on your show, Brian. I really would. I'm not very high tempered. I'm very much in control of my emotions, and I don't get angry at all. Nothing really.
Eric, I told you,
but
you're
I
more than
no,
welcome on our show.
seriously,
Anytime
Brian.
you
When I think
want.
about family court and what's going on with parental alienation across the country today, you know, I tend to, you know, I deal with this on a, you know, and I talk to people and I hear their stories, but I don't get upset, Brian. I don't let things bother me, Brian. I can be on Restoring Families.
Take a breath.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, no. go ahead.
No, we tend to take breaks every once in a while to play a song. If we got guests that actually come on that for a 2-hour show, and things start to get a little heated, and we're like, all right, let's degress a little bit. We'll go play a song, then we'll come back. You know, once everybody's simmered down just a little bit.
Simmer down.
I'm going to apologize. This guy, when I wrote yes, and I have one shoved up my right now, he said, I understand, LOL. So now I'm going to say, I'm sorry. All right. I was rude. Just tired of nonsense.
Didn't use enough lube.
Just tired of nonsense on Facebook. Because, you know, right now, you know what it is? This guy could really be someone serious that's just reaching out to me, you know.
Hey, if you
Yeah.
can- If you
And-
can
I
guys
should like
add
to
He's
do
gonna,
it better.
he's gonna commit suicide, and the last thing the cops will see is me talking about a dildo shoved up my, you know, and
if you get the guy's address, I will send him a box of lube just in the name of you.
we got to send donuts to Essex.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
Lisa,
Okay.
pardon?
Don't mix this up. Just don't send the lube to the cops.
Lisa,
Bye, Mesa. It was so nice. So great. Really enjoyed it.
these Coventry
17 seconds is available, though.
you. Over here, Nick, we listen to them all the time in Kensington. I tried to get William to listen. He just doesn't. Cheerio. Anyway, yeah. So and you got Mesa.
Lisa, what do you have planned for the
We
weekend?
got Mesa, Arizona out there going, Mildred, come on in here. This guy just said something about a dildo.
Bye, Mesa. So great.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Loved
What do you got?
it.
What do you got planned?
By
for
the way, I love how Austin in Facebook Live says, "What did I just come into?" Jamie says, "When am I going to learn not to have you guys on speaker?" Of course, my daughter had her headphones on, but nurse walks in as Eric is yelling, "Daddy!" Yeah.
I don't have much planned. I wing it. I wing everything. Whatever happens, happens.
Like your eyebrows, you said.
Yeah, I wing everything. Motherhood, life, my eyebrows. Anybody that
Wing
can
your
do
eyebrows? We have to talk
anybody
about
that can do liquid eyeliner, you're special.
My
special.
my daughter Jennifer is actually starting a side business doing eyelash extensions or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that.
Those are nice.
She says she knows people that are make money doing that. So
Yeah.
I and she asked me for a name. So I thought of a name for her company. It's called the letter I and then lash, LASH. And she said, "Well, can you make the eye out to be like an eyelash?" And I said, "Sure, I could do anything you want." So I just asked this guy. He said, "I would like more about your." Oh, okay. So this guy that if we have a second here, I asked the guy if he could call me.
Oh.
So let's see if he calls me. I gave him my numbers. Let's see if he calls. He wants to know more about my business. So I'll just tell him I'm running a prostitution ring in New York, and you and Helen could be my and we'll have Brian on the side.
Helen's going to be the den mother.
Oh, you could be my den mother.
Look at
Hey,
Helen.
I'm
let me
laughing
tell you
so hard.
something.
I am laughing
Here's
so
the
hard.
thing.
I'm drooling.
Here's the thing. I would rather be the madam than the hooker, so I'm good with that.
There you
Okay,
Just
madam.
saying.
He's
That's right.
While we're waiting,
One standing in the corner with the whip.
He says, "Okay, I will."
Who,
call
me?
you."
will you whip me when I'm a bad girl?
You got that right, Brian. How did you know?
Wow, you guys get credit cards? I don't know.
Dominatrix.
That's right.
What's the
How'd
se-
you know?
I bet
there
she's
was
got a
be-
lot in her closet, little Miss Blondie.
She probably does. She got a whole bunch of leather
Oh,
and
yeah.
whips and chains and stuff like that.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Would you like to see?
She comes out here and goes, "Today we're going to talk about the law of attraction." And when she's home, it's like, "Do me, bitch!"
Poor Tom right now. If he ever listens to it, goes, "That's a lie. That's a lie."
You got that right.
Oh my God.
Be like, who? Where? Tell her to come over.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I want to come over.
The guy says, "Thank you so much to have your number." Yeah, okay. Yeah, your name is Randy Scott O'Brien. Thank you so much to have your number. And right now he's probably in a hut somewhere in somewhere in
He's in his mother's basement.
Hello.
Talking to a
Ma,
den mother.
Ma, give me a granola bar.
Helen,
Ma, give me more
I got my
Hot
credit
Pockets.
card, Helen.
Yeah.
Helen, I got my credit card. Mom says I can use it for $3.95 for the first minute.
Really?
Yes, I can. What can we talk about today?
What would you like to talk about?
Well, you know what happens,
What are
Helen?
you wearing? How do you feel right now?
What?
Are you tingly?
Feety pajamas.
Are you tingly right now?
Am I
Got
what?
A little bit of a tingle going on?
The tip of my weenie. Yes, I do it.
Oh,
Bye, Mesa.
really?
Bye, Mesa. Yes, I got.
Well, why don't you just lay down?
I'm laying down now because you told me to lay down. Oh, I got dizzy.
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh, that's good.
really?
Now what?
Did
Now
you
what?
get the handcuffs?
Well, now what should I do, Helen? This is really exciting for me. I don't usually get a chance to talk to
that is
people. For
exciting.
some reason, people don't talk to me. I don't understand it, but they don't,
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, what's
Hold
your fantasy?
What?
What would you like?
Oh, I
What's
want to
your
go to
fantasy?
Disney World. That's my fantasy. I like Disney World.
Disney
Disney World is
Would
fun.
you like?
What?
You want to play with
Disney
Mickey?
So, would you like to go on Magic Mountain with me?
Oh, what will we go on? Will we go on the ride? Will we go? Will I be riding with you if I go on Magic Mountain?
You'll be riding me. Yes, you will.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Part it down.
I see some cold showers.
Oh Lord, we're all going to hell. My God. All right.
Well, Helen.
I don't know.
Please,
I don't know. Helen left the building.
please use
Okay,
your credit
she's
card
back.
to add for additional minutes. Wow.
1-900 hot babe. Call me. Hi.
To accept this collect call from Rikers Island Prison, please press
Hi.
1.
Oh, we can
Oh
play
my God.
prisoner. I'll just tie you up. Not to worry.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Right, everyone.
I'm crying up here. Oh my God.
You could play with Tweedledee or Tweedledum.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, Helen.
my little sister.
Helen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Mace's waiting to download the show. Can we get this done, please?
Yeah, Mildred, come in here. There's something
Oh,
more.
I can be quick, dear. Don't
So can he.
you worry. I'm sorry, Mesa.
Bye,
Thank you.
Mesa.
It was great.
That was fantastic.
Bye, Mesa. Oh my God.
We love you.
Will you be my prostate doctor? And Mom says I need a checkup.
Well, anyway, okay. Lisa Partington.
Buddy, we call Eric over here.
Oh God.
Real quick,
Yeah,
Molly's Adopt-A-Sailor.
Yes.
The adoption this month for March is the USS Theodore Roosevelt, consisting of 75 males, 36 females. They do have access to microwaves. They need pillowcases, cookies, chips, beef jerky, granola bars, power bars, candy, snacks, body wash, toothpaste, deodorant, DVDs. Shipping will be March 20th to the 24th. There is no shipping address on here. However, if you're interested in donating, I will get you the information. You can contact me. Okay?
Okay,
Go-
that's great.
Go forth and have a happy weekend, everybody.
Lisa, parting thoughts?
That was
All right.
it. Were you
Helen,
sleeping
if you-
during my
Helen-
parting
Helen,
thoughts?
if you
No,
would,
I'm-
parting thoughts.
I'm looking at you on one computer. I was actually trying to get Helen parting thoughts.
Oh, okay. Parting thoughts. Scotland, UK, stay safe with all this ugly snow. Sorry you're going through that. Long Island, stay safe. Delaware, stay safe. Everybody, stay in if you can this weekend. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. See you on Monday.
Brian.
For anyone that may be thinking of possibly committing suicide or knows somebody who may, reach out and talk to somebody today. Call the suicide hotline number. It's very important that you must do so because, especially if you're dealing with family law, too many people are committing suicide today. So call out to the 1-800-273-8255. It's a suicide hotline number. Again, 1-800-273-8255.
Very good. Jay.
As for me, hey, listen, this was a hell of a show, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm just for everybody from Essexville, the police department, and everybody who called in. Bobby Bell, thank you for offering the inside scoop of what was going on with that other McDonald's. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a fantastic week. We've had a whole lot of fun, and don't forget, if you missed any of our shows, we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Facebook Live, Periscope. We have Instagram. We have our blog, Twitch, 92.1 FM iJuice at Kent, UK, Grey Cloud Radio in Wilmington, North Carolina. Good Talk, well, maybe not after this one, in Mesa, Arizona. And we are also on your Spotify. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a fantastic day. See you all next time.
Thank you. I had a great week, as far as being with friends and family. Thank you very much for all the support that was given. I love you all. Thank you all for listening. And we joke around here. If we've insulted you, we don't do that intentionally. We just, this is real, folks. We try to have a good time. We try to be real. And we don't actually come out of, we don't do this on purpose to be able to insult people or to offend people. That's not what we're here for. Thank you for listening. Lisa, I love you. Thank you so much. It's
Love
good
you.
to have you back in the studio.
Thank you.
Helen, I joke around, but you are a rock, and I lean on you a lot. So thank you for being there all the time. I appreciate you. All right.
Love you.
All right, Brian, you're absolutely nothing to me. I don't give a shit whether.
Oh
No.
my God.
No, I'm kidding. Brian Lee
We were
actually.
so close.
Brian Lee actually, Restoring Families is an amazing radio show. When you have people out there like Brian Lee and Stephen Ball that actually take a situation seriously, all right, and let me tell you something. Doing something on a weekly or basis as far as a radio show is not an easy task. I mean, we do this every day for 3 hours a day, but still, what Brian does and the people that he has on his show, bringing to light, parental alienation and the issues that are going on out there and the injustice that's happening out there with regards to family courts and things all over the world and all over the country. And I applaud you, Brian Lee, and I thank you. And you know that our door is always welcome to you here. We love you. What can I say? You're family. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You guys are more
Our door's
than
always
welcome.
open. Get out.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You guys are more than welcome on my show anytime.
Okay.
If you know people that are going through it, definitely send them my way. And if anybody wants to be on our show who's been going through the family court system, the corruption with child protective services, judges, guardian ad litems, reach out to us. You can go to our Facebook page, Restoring Families Internet Radio. And we also have an email, restoringfamiliesradioshow@gmail.com. Again, it's restoringfamiliesradioshow@gmail.com.
Absolutely. One day, what we got to do, Brian, is we got to get the entire morning show crew on your show.
Oh, absolutely. Thursdays, we do open mics.
Yep.
Sundays are our 2-hour shows where we actually have a specific guest come on. I know last night's show that we actually talked about the school shooting. We also talked about the recent what's going on in West Virginia with the teachers on strike right now, and which is very. I agree with what they're doing. I think they're doing it in the wrong fashion because we're leaving our children behind on this aspect.
I got it. Well, we'd love to be. We'll work it out. Maybe we get the whole crew on there. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. That would be wonderful.
Love you. And Jay, of course, I love you. You're amazing.
Love you, big fan.
And I thank you so much. And all of you out there, listen, stay safe. If you're on Long Island, be careful out there today. Wherever you are, be careful out there. out there in England, Heather, wherever you're dealing with as far as the snow goes. Randy, you know, you and your boat down there. I am going to come down there one day. I'm going to ride that boat with you. I really am. And talking about riding, Helen, you know, it was
Eric,
say
you're buying
goodbye.
tickets for all of us.
Life is what happens.
When you're
When
busy,
you're busy,
making
making
other
other
plans.
plans.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.